go back to it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you launch your Revit application, this is the first page it will bring you to. And on this page, you can select either to continue with the project you have been working on project. You want to work before. But if your own Revit file is project, you select new. Select new, then you select browse. Then you can see where it has taken us to now is US Imperial folder. And the project I want to be on, I don't want it to be in feet and inches. I want it to be in millimeter. I'm going to rather select metric on that drop down and take it. Then click on templates, and you will now see US metric, and open that folder. Then here you can select the one that you want to use. Anyone you select from here is okay. So I select this first one and click open and click OK, and it is going to launch a new project. And the new project that is launched now, everything is in millimeter. The doors, if you select doors, you see that they are all in millimeter. If you select window, you see that it's in millimeter. If I select wall, everything is given in millimeter. It saves you stress of having to go to manage and change the project unit and all of that. Let me see some feedback from you guys. Okay, no negative feedback yet. Okay, so this is our file, and at this point there are several things you can do here. You can create levels. You can go to any of the elevation and create your levels. And as for me, all these ones that are below the ground level are not useful to me. So I'm going to remove all those levels. And you set your level and all of that. I have a video that I have discussed how you can set your level. I believe we don't need to go. Do we need to go through all that now? Do we need to go through all that? Okay, for the sake of some people that are new among us, let me do that. So the first thing I will do is to bring this one down. I'll bring it down to something like 450. And press enter. Then I select this, create similar. Instead of drawing, because if I want to draw now, they will not be on the same alignment. So I would rather choose to pick. And make sure this is selected so that as you are creating it, a plan is already created. Okay. Then the offset I want to use in this case will be 150. That 150 is for the damp-proof course. Okay, let me rename this. I want this one to be level 3. I don't want it to be level 7. So let me make it level 3 and click. Would you like to rename corresponding views? Yes. And still select this one, create similar, make the offset to be 3,600. This is your for the ground floor. Okay, then type 150 on the offset and pick this one. This is for your first floor slab, and change it back to 3,600 and pick this one, and this one is for your first floor headroom, and change it back to 150 and pick this. This is for your second floor slab. That is if you have second floor. And that is how you can be going like that until what? Let me try something. What if I copy it? Can I copy it? Let's try and copy it. Let's assume we are going high rising and want to follow shortcuts. We don't want to waste time. And we can actually copy it. Let's say we are going high rising, just copy and paste. And that will make it faster. Okay. The screen was lost before. Oh, the screen is black. Okay. Let me reshare my screen. You can see the screen now, right? If you can see the screen, type yes in the comment section. Okay, yeah, you can see the screen now. Okay, so you can see that these are our levels. So the next thing you will do is set your walls. And in setting your walls, you go to your levels. And I would like to rename these levels because having it levels, level, I don't know which one is. Okay. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, type 1 in the chat section. My network just went, just misbehaved. Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, so I want to rename all this level now. I'm having level 1, level 2, level. I am not working. I want to know the particular floor I'm working with. So I will rename this one as ground floor. Ground floor level, and click OK. Then, would you like to rename corresponding level and views? Click yes. Because if you do not click yes, you will not see the name updated here. Okay. Then you go to level 5 and rename it as well. Level 5 is the top of our first floor, and I will name it as first floor. First floor level, and click OK. Would you like to rename corresponding level and views? Click yes, so that you will see the name here. So if I want to go to ground floor level now, all I need to do is to double click on this, and it will take me to ground floor level. And this is the wall we have, and the name of the wall is basic wall generic 200 mm, and that is to say this wall is actually 200 mm, but I don't want it to be 200 mm. I want it to be something like 225. So let me check and know whether the width of this wall is 225. So I'm going to go to modify and pick dimension, and if you click on this, you see there are different types of dimension here. The one I want to use is aligned dimension, and if I want to dimension now, you see that Revit is snapping the center of the wall. So I need to change that. You can change that on the option bar here. So instead of center line, I take it to wall faces, and that way I'll be able to snap the edges of the wall now. And it means that this wall, the thickness of this wall is 200 mm, but I want it to be 225. So what I will do is to select it and go to edit type. I can rename this particular one. If I rename it, then I'm not going to have a copy of this again. But if I duplicate it, this original one will be there. It's now left for me to choose either to duplicate it or rename it. But in this particular case, I would like to rename it. I would like to rename it in this particular case. So let me rename it. I will rename it as 225 wall and click OK. Then click on it and change the thickness to 225. Somebody is disturbing there. Let me mute that person that is disturbing. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our Revit. change it to 225, and the material, you will not see anything here until you click on that point. Then select default material. Let me select randomly, just a material randomly, default, okay, and duplicate it. Give it a name as 225 wall, and the color you can change it to something like off-white, and click OK, and hit OK again, click OK again. Now you now see that our wall is now 225. Okay, so that is how you can set your wall, and that is where we are going to stop for today. And I believe we must have got, can I get the recording of this class? Okay, yes, I will get it across to you. Make sure you inform me on the WhatsApp, chat me on WhatsApp. So let me stop the recording now. Let me stop the recording.